Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and the cheapest coins anywhere, make sure you guys check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over my Ultimate Kickoff player predictions. Now, we already know the Ultimate Kickoff promo is coming this Thursday. If you guys don't know what the Kickoff promo is, I've already made videos going over the promo and even how to prep, I believe, with the promo, so make sure you guys go ahead and check those videos out. I've made those like last week, but today I'm going to be going over my predictions because if you take a look at the players that we got last year, you'll notice a trend. So I tried to do my best, obviously with Ultimate Kickoff. They can kind of just go over the players they kind of want to, but there is a trend if you look at the players they chose from last year. So to be honest, I'm feeling pretty confident about these selections, honestly. I'm honestly feeling kind of confident about these. So with that being said, I do want to give a shout out to Bears for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, notification bell on, and comment down below Noti Gang. But let's go over the pattern they kind of had last year and what led me to pick the players that I selected that I think we could see for kickoff this year. And then also you guys let me know down below your predictions. These could be completely off because kickoff is honestly just really random. They may even do it a different way this year. We'll just have to see, but let's get into it. All right, so taking a look at the Ultimate Kickoff promo and the players that we got last year. As you guys can see, we actually had some really good cards here. So we had Brandon Cooks as an LTD, Byron Jones as a master. We also had Jamal Adams as an LTD, Yannick Ngakoue, Linval Joseph, Trent Williams, and Todd Gurley all as these 88s right here. Now, this one I'm going to be predicting, guys. I'm going to predict the 88s, and then I'm going to predict one master and two limiteds. If they do it the same way, they do it the same way. If they do it differently, they do it differently. Is what it is. I'm not going to be predicting these, 85 overall players down here, whatever. Just going to focus on these 88s and the 90s. But you guys will notice here, number one, my predictions, okay? I'm not going to predict any player that has over an 84 overall core elite card, because that's what EA did last year. They didn't give a single player on this list. Jamal Adams actually the only 84 overall card here, but 84 or lower is all I'm going to be basing my predictions off of for the core elites in Madden 22. Number two, did you guys notice on here how all of these players are new players? Like, all of these players are actually new players to that team, right? So, like, Brandon Cooks, he's in a Rams jersey. Well, it's his first year in the Texans. Byron Jones was a Cowboy, first year in the Dolphins. Jamal Adams, this was his first year on the Seahawks. Yannick Ngakoue, first year in the Vikings. Linval, first year in the Chargers. Trent Williams, first year in the 49ers. And Todd Gurley, first year in the Falcons. So I went through the Madden 22 database and found a bunch of players that are 84 overall, between 80 to 84, because more than likely they're going to go with base elite cards here. So I did choose 80 to 84 overalls. And then players who were on a new team this year. So I went with 2 on offense, 2 on defense for the 88s, and then you guys will see for the limiteds and the master. And honestly, I feel kind of confident about my selections. Now, I do want to say as well that maybe they switch it up this year and they go with a little bit of a different way they could do this. Like, I know in Madden, 20, they did it a little bit different. They had a lot more cards, some pretty interesting stuff with like the way they did the kickoff, where like the players would update depending on wins and everything. So it was a lot more complicated pretty much. So I'm not exactly sure how they do it this year. I'm just basing off of how they did it in Madden 21. Maybe they mix it up, throw some legends into Ultimate Kickoff as well. But obviously I'm just basing this off of current day players the way they did it last year. All right, so starting off on the offensive side of the ball, the first 88 overall I'm going to predict is going to be Hunter Henry, because obviously Hunter Henry went from the Chargers to the Patriots, and he only has an 81 overall core elite card. Now, there is another offensive player that I do have on this list, but I really feel like, because last year they did, you guys saw one offensive lineman and then a running back, I feel like they're probably going to do one O-lineman and then one either tight end or wide receiver. I was looking through the running backs that are available to go ahead and select, and from 80 to 84 overall core elite running backs, there's actually not even one. So unless they decide to change it up from last year and they go with like a gold player that switched teams that's a running back, then I don't think we're going to get a running back this year with kickoff. So I'm going to say Hunter Henry, but if they go with a wide receiver, the wide receiver I think it'll be is going to be Kenny Golladay, because Kenny Golladay, of course, again, switched teams. Now he's in the Giants, so it could be Kenny Golladay, but I feel like it's going to be Hunter Henry. I don't know why, but I feel like it's going to be Hunter Henry. And if they do go with an offensive lineman, I think the O-lineman they're going to go with is going to be Kevin Zeitler. He went from the Giants to the Ravens, and he has this 80 overall right guard card. And of course, right now, last year they did tackle, so maybe they switch it up, go from a tackle to a guard, so they kind of get the interior guy this year. So they definitely could do Kevin Zeitler as an 88. Currently, we did just get that new legend right guard, so maybe they want to slide in Kevin Zeitler and be like that 88 overall right guard. You can just pick up kind of a lower guy instead of having to go for that new legend right guard. Now, defensively, when it came to the 88s last year, you guys saw they did actually do two defensive linemen. They did Yannick Ngakoue, and then they also did Linval. Well, I think they switch it up a little bit this year, and I think we get a linebacker as an 88. And for right outside linebacker specifically, there's actually two players they could do at outside linebackers, and I think it could be either KJ Wright or Bud Dupree. But something about KJ Wright just screams that they're going to go with KJ Wright. I don't know what it is about him, but I just really feel like if they decide to go with a linebacker, it's going to be KJ. Now, he is signed as of right now actually on the Raiders, so it would kind of make sense as well because this card is a free agent card, so he kind of needs to have that updated upgrade, so it would make sense to give him the Raiders card. And obviously I don't think it's gonna be a very good card, to be honest with you guys. This isn't really a card that I would want to necessarily see because I just don't think it's gonna be a very good card. This 83 overall right here, he's got 78 zone coverage and 77 speed, so obviously speed is very crucial, especially right now at linebacker. So it probably wouldn't be a great card, but I think we'll probably see it. And last year, we ended up getting two defensive linemen when it came to Ultimate Kickoff. And this year, I actually don't think we get any when it comes to the 88s anyways. We'll go over maybe some other players here in a second. But I think we get Anthony Harris, which is another reason, by the way, why I don't think we'll see Kenny Golladay when it comes to wide receivers or wide receiver or tight end, because last year, none of the players they selected as 88s were in the same division. So Anthony Harris, he's an Eagle. He's not in any of the divisions of the other players I already said. So Anthony Harris here kind of makes sense at safety. He's got 82 speed, 83 excel, 78 zone coverage, only an 80 overall core elite. Now let's go over the limiteds and the master. Now, of course, when it comes to like these limiteds and master as well, I really feel like these three players I'm going to go over could kind of be interchanged with the 88s, like, because none of them really have that high overall cards anyways, so they could kind of just be swapped out with some of the other guys if EA makes it this way. But the players that I've selected, I'd be shocked if we didn't get at least like three of these guys, honestly. But Shaquille Griffin, I think, would make for an excellent LTD, because last year the LTDs, as I showed you guys, we got Jamal Adams and we also got Brandon Cooks, right? A lot of speed there. And also Byron Jones was the master. But really, if they want to go with a super speedy LTD again with Kickoff, I feel like it makes sense to go with the corner this time around and go with Shaquille Griffin. Everyone's getting that free Tyreek Hill. There's a ton of speed right now, wide receiver. I feel like we kind of need that cornerback that's really going to be able to lock players up. And I think Shaquille Griffin is that guy. 6 feet tall, 87 speed, 86 acceleration. If Shaquille Griffin even got an 88 overall card in the Kickoff promo, I think it'd be an excellent card. Now, another guy they could go with here would be Casey Hayward. But I feel like Shaquille Griffin just makes more sense. Like, get that speed at corner. I feel like it would be Shaquille. And as for the other LTD, I think Jadeveon Clowney would make a lot of sense. Now, I do think it's possible that Clowney could be the master, but Clowney in the Kickoff promo just makes a lot of sense to me. He's got 79 speed, 82 acceleration, 75 power move. He's also got 77 blocks. The card's not really looking that crazy, but Clowney is always like a big draw for EA. They love to give Clowney like really good cards because his cards are always very good. And I think as a master or an LTD, a lot of people would love to have Clowney on their team. Right now, we do have some pretty good left ends in the game already. You know, we do have Montez Sweat, Michael Strahan, whatever, but this would be a great option for EA, and I think it makes sense. Obviously, Clowney's a big name, and he's new to the Browns. So Clowney as the LTD or master, I think, makes a lot of sense, and also Matthew Stafford makes a ton of sense in this promo as well. Give us a huge arm quarterback. And Matt Stafford, he's got, you know, 66 speed, 68 excel, and 80 overall. So maybe if he gets a 90 overall card in the Kickoff promo, Matt Stafford could be mid-70s speed, which is pretty good, but that throw power would be so key, and he's also a strong arm quarterback. So I would personally love to see a Matt Stafford upgrade, and I think Shaquille Griffin, Jadeveon Clowney, and Matt Stafford, you can kind of mix them around. Give one an LTD, give one a master. I mean, really, because last year, for the LTDs anyways, we got Jamal Adams and we got Brandon Cooks, right? So we got one offensive LTD, we got one defensive LTD, so maybe we get Stafford and Shaquille Griffin as like the LTDs, and then we could Clowney as the master, or EA can do whatever they want, which they tend to do a lot of the time. So with that being said, guys, those are my ultimate kickoff predictions for the 88s, and also for the masters and the LTDs. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Let me know what players you think we will see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.